Hi, this is Sean with Your Work, Your Success. You ever seen this kind of headline? New hospital wing, $10 million over budget. Or a video game that you've been waiting for has missed a release date, but for the third time, and it's delayed another 6 months. Or maybe you've hired a general contractor to put an addition on your house, and it doesn't look like what you thought it was going to look like when you hired him. And the examples like this are so common that we sort of think, boy, maybe this is just the way it's supposed to be. Maybe nobody can really plan out a project like this. Maybe nobody can really get on budget or on time. But I'll tell you, in truth, it's far different. And there's a couple of things that these examples all had in common. One, they're all known as projects, and they involve something called project management. And something else is something went wrong somewhere in the management of the project. So we're going to start a little mini-series, and because I've noticed that project management, and I've been involved in project management, and I've done some project management, but I've noticed that project management has a lot in common with how we planned and executed missions in the Army. It's a proven step-by-step process that I'm going to lead you through to organize a team, to use everyone's specific skills, to use the right equipment and the right supplies at the right time in order to accomplish a unique mission. Now, I've adapted it for a civilian audience because I'm not trying to turn you into soldiers. But you'll find, as we go through it, that a lot of the little military type examples have some bearing on some of the work that you want to be able to do. Now, why am I going through this series like this? Well, two reasons, really. One, you might want to be a project manager or be on a project team someday. I've got some experience with it, so I thought I'd share it with you. And if you search online, if you do an online search of project management careers, project management jobs in any city, you're going to see a ton of them, and they're well paid because it is a difficult skill to have and it's highly in demand. But maybe you don't want to be involved in projects. Well, a lot of the principles that I'm going to teach you also apply to individual work. Now, project management is not identical to the conduct of military missions. It's got its own language and tools. I'll introduce some that I've learned. And if you actually want to get into this, you may have to take some courses and you may require some certifications. But I think this will give you a good head start. So what's a project? A project is a unique event. It's never going to happen in the exact same way again. And it's never happened like that in the exact same way ever before. It's unique. It's temporary. It has a start date and an end date. And it's limited. You have limited time, limited money, and limited resources in order to accomplish this project. And it involves a team who have a specific set of skills that you have brought together for this project. Now, when you think about it, it has a lot in common with individual work as well. Say you're a cabinet maker and you're going in to do somebody's cabinets in their kitchen. Well, that's a unique event. It has a limited, or it has a specific start date and an end date, and you're limited by time, money, and resources. The only thing that would be different is if you're just doing this on your own, you don't have a team. But like I said, a lot of the same principles are going to apply. And properly organized work, if you're working alone, or successful projects, depend on getting yourself and your team organized to use everyone's specific skills with the right equipment and the right supplies at the right time in order to accomplish a unique event. Very similar to the military missions I was talking about. So how are we going to do this? Well, in each episode, I'm going to lead you through one step in the process. I'll give you a simple military example, but they're going to be like so super simple. It'll be like the stuff you used to do when you played in your backyard as a kid. But it's just to kind of get you thinking in that way. And then we'll relate it to a project or a work example. Okay, so each episode will have one step of the process. And I'll give those little military examples, and then we'll have like a project or some kind of work example. And then what we'll do is we'll break down the project phases. Now, one way to look at project management is the project life cycle. And one style of the project life cycle is it breaks it into 4 things. The first phase is to initiate the project, and then to plan it, and then to execute it, and then to close it out, or what some people call the post-mortem. That initiate phase, the first one, I actually have 4 steps just for that one phase. And we'll go through them and we'll practice each one. I'll have an assignment for each one. I'll give you some examples, let you practice to develop your own skills. And then we'll move on to the next one. And it should flow sequentially through that. And I think by the end of it, you'll be able to organize your own work, or maybe be able to think about, do I want to work on projects? Do I want to work alone? And how can I make myself more valuable? Because that's what this series is all about. No assignment this episode. Just you can think about this thing, and we're going to move forward with the next one. Remember to subscribe to the channel so you get all the episodes. And this is your work, your success.